What's up, guys? Just come out to the beach. The plan was to do some shark fishing. Ended up leaving the life jacket at the house, so we do not get in the kayak without the life jacket. So we're gonna do some surf fishing instead. I've got on some just shrimp here on a kind of a double drop rig. I've got these beads on to kind of catch the eye of any fish that might be down there. Big spider weight to hold it down in the surf. Light 20-pound line, that's all you need. Let's see what we can't get with this. Well, there we go. Two species. We've got typical southern whiting and a hardhead catfish on the same rig. One of these I will keep, the other we will let go. We'll let this one go. Oh, careful, careful. There we go, get that hook out. Toss him back first, because we're keeping the whiting, so I'm not in a huge rush to unhook him. Although I hooked myself. All right, get him back. All right, and this guy right here we're gonna keep. Beautiful, beautiful southern whiting. Lovely colors, just the faintest shade of blue in that tail fin, punctuated with that black tip, and then we got this same story here with the dorsal, that double dorsal. Beautiful fish. This one is going to make great bait, so we are going to keep this guy. All right, well, here's the plan. While we've got this rod set up behind me, I'm going to walk out with a bait caster about waist deep and just throw a piece of shrimp on a hook with a rolling egg sinker. Have loads of success catching whiting, and that rod is already starting to bounce. Ah, there's already fish on. Okay, pause that. We'll get to the bait caster in a minute. I've found the hot spot. I've just put the new bait out and there's already something playing with it. Hold still for 1 second. We're gonna make sure, feel the line, make sure it's on. You have to differentiate between the waves and the action of a fish. Generally speaking, the biggest difference is always going to be in rhythm. The waves pull on the line very rhythmatically, very predictably. this fish, it's a broken rhythm movement. It's very erratic. Back for just a second. All right, back to the bait caster. All right, check this out. So here we have a Portuguese man-of-war, a type of jelly. And this air sac right here supports the many organisms that form the actual body of this animal and its tentacles, which you gotta be careful not to touch, down here. Lots of venomous stinging cells in here. But what I want to show you guys, what I also found on the beach is this right here, this plastic bag just floating in the water. Now this is actually one of the premier food items of many sea turtle species, and we have, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, something like 5 sea turtle species here in the Gulf of Mexico. The most common one in this area right now is the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. I've seen a bunch of them here recently because this is their time of year. And they will devour these, no problem whatsoever. Stinging cells, doesn't matter. Sea turtles even have special adaptations in the back of their throat, little tiny teeth that line their throat so that when they swallow a jelly, it's not going to flow back up the other way. But if you guys look at this right here, this is sea turtle food. This is a plastic bag, and that's what you see floating on top of the water right there. And sea turtles oftentimes, if you compare the two side by side, you can see how a sea turtle might ingest a plastic bag on accident when its natural food item looks so similar to it. You know, take a look on the right, that's sea turtle food, not sea turtle food. Sea turtle food, not sea turtle food. So please, 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 pick up your garbage when you come out to the beach. You brought it with you, you can take it back. just upgraded the same exact rig. We're still using 3-way swivels, but instead of 20-pound line, I've got on 30-pound line, some size 4 O'Shaughnessy hooks with that whiting cut up, and not only hooked on, but also tied on with some biodegradable cotton thread. It's kind of like a poor man's elasticating thread. If it comes off the bait, it'll just decompose in the water naturally, and I like the cotton because it tends to absorb some of the blood, and it lets it leak out slower, and it keeps that scent trail going. But we're gonna chuck this out there as far as we can and see if maybe we can get something a little bit bigger than a whiting. All right, we downsized the bait, so we were getting bites. Very, very clear indications of fish attacking the bait, but nothing was taking. And I had on maybe quarter sections, maybe thirds of that that whiting that we had. So I stripped it down, put on some smaller fillets on the hooks, just to give the opportunity for whatever it is that keeps attacking the larger bait to actually take it. And that's a really good fishing adage. I think it's a fly fishing adage. Good fly fishing adage. When you have a finicky fish, use a smaller fly. I think that applies to a lot of things. And I can see something picking at it. Doesn't look like we've got a fish hooked though, but I can definitely, oh, that might be a fish hooked. Okay, it's the same thing that keeps happening. You're in the wind now, I apologize. But every now and then you just see this rod just dip very quickly and then come back up. Very clear indication that a fish is attacking the bait, but not staying on the hook. This is probably going to be a catfish. Just playing the odds game, that's almost always what it is, but it hit pretty hard, so we'll see. Definitely still on, definitely still kicking. Yeah, there it is. Definitely fish. It's so hard to tell size as well, because you've got to think about the weight of that lead, the tide going out, whatever weed might be on the line, in addition to the weight of the fish and whatever bait you might still have left. All right, it's getting in close now. I can see it now. I'm going to go over and check it out. Oh God. So disappointing. Even though I expected this, still disappointing. But God, look how fat this catfish is. It's absolutely astounding. There we go. Get that out. Very fat. Very, very fat hardhead catfish. Just that little thing right there put up that fight. And that's the story of surf fishing. You know, you either get the fish to brag about for ages or you get these, and this is what it's going to be about 99% of the time. Let's put it back. Whew. Well, I think that's about it. Just catfish after catfish after catfish. As per usual, when you're beach fishing and you're not trying to catch catfish, that's all you get. But the water's warming up. It's starting to turn green. The mullet are running. Lots of birds out here. It's just not my day today. So we'll be back soon. That guy over there, way over there behind me is running for his rods. Maybe he's got something. Well, whether he has a fish or not, I'm not super interested because I'm exhausted. So we're gonna pack up and get out of here. Leave that guy to it. Hopefully he has better luck than we do.